Paying taxes, IRS forms, you know it's a fact of life, something we all have to do. Brings us to this week's case. Involves a couple. At the time they were married, they had filed for divorce, but they were still technically married. They were living separate and apart, but they were married. Husband files a joint tax return, obviously for both he and his wife. On the tax return, he revealed income that he got, and the IRS, when they determined his taxes later, said, wait, you underpaid your taxes here, underpaid your taxes here. And they brought a claim against him and his wife for the underpaid taxes. She filed for what's referred to as an innocent spouse relief, and that's a form that exists in the IRS that allows you as an innocent spouse to claim you didn't know anything about what was going on the tax return. You should not be held responsible for any of the penalties that are arising from failure to pay taxes. She filed that. The court initially looked at it and said, wait a second here, wait a second here. You looked at the tax form, you filed the return by virtue of the fact you signed the return. So therefore you knew what was being declared and you knew enough taxes, if you'd paid attention, weren't being paid. She said, wait a second, I really wasn't paying attention. My husband took care of all the finances and I just didn't know what was going on. Well, the case went up on appeal, and on appeal, the appellate court said, you're right. You don't have to pay the penalties. Your husband's fully responsible for the penalties. Even though you signed the tax return, we find that, one, you're now divorced. Obviously, you were having a very bad relationship with your husband at the time this was taking place. Two, you got nothing out of this because you simply got some nominal support, but you didn't get anything particularly out of the increased income that your husband took. And three, if this penalty goes forward, you personally are going to suffer a lot because you're going to have to come out of pocket to pay a penalty that was the result of your husband's conduct. And as a result of that, the court came away and said, IRS, you don't get the money from her, you have to go after him to get the money. Okay. Why do we bring you these cases? We bring you these cases so you know how the law works. This is a situation demonstrating where there is some relief when somebody in your life causes you hassles that you weren't aware of. We do this so you understand how you can make the law work for you. My name's David Allen.